Welcome!
What's up?
Welcome back. We are finally here. It's been a long time coming. I know you've been waiting. I know K-Style's been waiting.
I've been waiting.
Everyone has been waiting for Juxtaposed. And we are here. Yeah, you don't know what Juxtaposed is. It's a safe place for challenging conversations
Preach.
from different perspectives.
Yep.
K-Styles, how you feeling?
First of all, I don't know how I can follow that level of energy because I clearly, I'm not on the same level, but I am excited just as much as my brother MVP is. It's been a good hiatus. You know, we took pretty much all of 2020 off because that was a shit show, for lack of a better word. I commonly joke saying that we need to take the pages of 2020 in history and stick them together. So we just don't know it exists, and we only have to worry about 2021. But a lot of things have happened. A lot of positive things have happened in 2020. So I don't want to necessarily diminish it, but we took a break, and now we're back, like we never left, on a new network. We're now. This is the first episode on the We and Now network, so that's a long time coming too. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how this pans out. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna take up all the time. I'm just excited. I'm excited, and if I can't see now I'm on MVP's level now. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
It.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
So the We and Now thing, with the whole network, I think people are really gonna find a lot of great content on there.
Yeah.
Like Juxtaposed and
Yes,
We and Now Fridays. So I just wanted to give a shout out to We and Now Fridays.
Yes, sir. Every
that's
Friday.
pretty dope. Every Friday. So
just in case you don't know what We and Now Fridays is, we have a live DJ show with a great DJ named K-Styles. I mean, when he does his thing, he does his thing.
For
And,
sure. He got requests and stuff coming in from
people
man, in other areas of the world. But
yeah, that's a whole other thing. Either way, this is an opportunity for us to like just put everything together in one place, and I think we'll see how it plays out. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be a place where creators and different people can showcase their stuff, and cut through the muck. The muck of everything, because everybody's putting out podcasts, everybody's doing shows, everybody's doing DJing. Like the bedroom DJ thing is a thing that happened because of 2020. So I think this is a place where we can get a little bit more of a curated look at stuff, and we're still building. I mean, as we speak now, the site is still being put together. So either way, as we start this new journey with Juxtaposed, I definitely and we could put together a little clip of all the stuff that we had in the past. But we're going to be doing it so different this time. And I'm super excited. I'm talking with my hands. When I start talking with my hands, it is time to go. Anyway, hit us MVP. What we got?
So I was having a conversation, right? And significant others came up.
I mean, of course.
Of course. Tends to happen, right?
Yeah.
So the question I have for you, K-Styles, is it okay for a guy or a girl who has a significant other to go on vacation with a friend of the opposite sex?
Whew. That is a lot of. That's a fun one, because here's the thing. There's two sides to this. One, you'd want to trust that your friend can go. I mean, that your significant other can go out with a friend, depending on the relationship, right? But then there's always the question, like, why? What is happening while I am not there? And even the most secure person, that question is gonna fly through your head. And there are a bunch of different scenarios where this is not applicable. Like in same-sex relationships where your friends are probably gonna be the same sex. Or gender, sorry. Don't cancel me. I just started.
Cancel
Please
culture.
God, please don't. But no, on a serious note, so like there are a lot of places where it's not applicable. But I don't know. For me personally, I feel like there would have to be a very clear reasoning as to why these two people needed to go on a vacation together. Like, what is the reasoning behind it? So, with that being said, I don't have a definite no or a definite yes, but I need some clarification.
All right. Let's go. Let's dive deeper and really unpack this, right?
Okay.
So say if it's my friend, I'll just say MVP, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my girl now. I'm like, baby, my homegirl, and I think it's important if she already knows, or whoever it is knows that friend already. Because it's different if you say, hey, I'm going somewhere with my friend, and they be like, who is it? And I'd be like, Sally. And they be like, Sally who?
You better be talking about Sally Mae.
Oh, Sally Mae? Yeah, but Sally Mae, you know what I'm saying? She invited me to, and like, hold on, I don't know who that is. So, but if it's someone she actually knows, or whoever it is knows that person, I think there might be a little bit less hesitation on letting it happen. So say if, like, you know, my significant other knows who my friend is, and I say, hey, you know what I'm saying, they were going, but someone dropped out of the vacation and gave me a shout out, like, yo, you know, say we got this extra ticket, you know what I'm saying, things are already paid for, far as whatever part that person paid, but something came up and they can't go anymore. Get that free spot, MVP. What you try and do? Now, I could be like, oh, let me check with my girl. Or I can be like, hell yeah, I'm going. And then when I talk to my girl, I say, hey, listen here, I'm going here. See you when I get back.
But, okay, so a couple other clarifying questions. Are we talking about a one-on-one situation where it's you and Sally going somewhere? Or are we talking about Sally and a group of friends? Because it depends. It really depends when you look at it.
So for sake of argument, because I'm trying to think like the best possible scenario where my girl will let me fucking go. So I'm going to say it's a group, right?
Okay.
It's a group, okay? And now I'm trying to decide if it's a group of like women.
You just adding flame. You're on fire to these flames, man.
You know what? It's a group of women, right? And I'm just such a close male friend that they invited me, right? Because I think if it's like a group of male and female, she probably would be like okay with it, because it's, unless the ratio is all, because you know she gonna ask the like valid questions like how many people are going, who are they. I could be like, I don't even know. But my home, you know what? I'm going to be like, I don't even know. But my home girl, who is one person, is inviting me, and there's other people going to be there. There. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right.
Well, so go ahead.
No. What's the question?
No, my question to you is, with the parameters you've now laid down.
Okay.
You are now the person that's being brought this proposition to. Sally's coming to MVP, and she said, hey, my friend Nick wants
that
me
guy,
to go.
that guy
yeah,
is.
Nick. Yeah, wants
Right,
wants me to go. Like same thing happened. They had a plan. Everything dropped out. It's him, a bunch of his friends, and they have a spot for me. Are you saying yes?
Hell no. This ain't about her. It's about me. Say no. For real though, no. Unless I don't. To be honest with you, I don't even like it when like certain people bring their dude around me. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I tend to not like guys unless they're my guys, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I know this is gonna be like, oh my god, it's such a
double standard.
Double standard. Damn right it is. Because do you take out the trash? No, he does.
Okay.
Anyway,
no.
Go there. Gonna go there.
No, okay.
What?
Let's not go down that path, because
that slippery slope.
There's many a woman taking out their own trash in this world, and those are the people that are gonna be flaming you in the comments.
If you had, all right, just
We gonna put a pin in that.
Sidebar. No, hold on. Sidebar. Just real quick. If a guy and a woman are in a relationship and they live together, who's taking out the trash?
Who's supposed to be taking out the trash, and who's actually taking out the trash? Two separate, different questions.
I'ma say, since y'all want to do the double standard, I do the double standard towards the guy too. The guy's supposed to take out the trash.
100%. There's certain things that are expected from men in a relationship.
Why can I expect certain things from women in a relationship?
You can, but it's like there's somewhere in this world, there's a couple regular let me say regular a heterosexual couple, because I know they got to be very considerate of the fact that there's other kinds of couples out there. But let's say in the couple that I can speak about, because that's what I'm in, is in a heterosexual couple, there is a woman out there killing all the bugs as the man hides on top of the bed. Like this is, that's the case, and that's not according to gender roles. The man is supposed to be the protector. The man is supposed to be the one that if you see a spider pop up, you go get that newspaper and you kill that spider. But there are women out here that are killing all the spiders while the dude runs. Now, people might say this dude is cowardly. He may do other things that's great, but he don't kill spiders. So we can't use the trick. We got to be very, conscientious about the fact that roles are changing.
Well, I would like to be that spider on the wall just to see the guy look at the girl and the girl look at the guy like, who gonna do it? Listen. Like, damn. If he would just look at her like, so, you gonna take care of that guy, that spider over there? Like, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
All right.
We have to keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. But what I'm saying is, I don't trust guys. Okay? And I don't want her to hang out with these dudes, man. Well, to be honest with you. Now, you can trust me.
Get out of here.
I'm going to be on my best behavior.
Just the way you said that makes me not trust you.
What do you mean?
You can trust me. That sounds like the kid who's like, yeah, give me the keys to the car. I won't steal it. That's what that sounded like.
I won't crash it. I won't pick up my friends.
Gallivanting around. Yeah, I'm not going to do any of that. Here's the thing. If someone's going to cheat, and I learned this a long time ago, if someone's going to cheat, they're going to cheat regardless. They don't need to go on a vacation to cheat. Now, you want to limit the amount of opportunities they could cheat, but then again, that's not for you to do, right? Because it's like, if you're in this relationship together, we're in it together. Just like I'm going to be fending off people, she's supposed to be fending off people, or, whatever your situation is, the significant other is supposed to be fending off people in order to protect the union that you guys have. But at the same time, we don't know the situation. People could be you could be going off to work, and it could still be happening right there. So, I don't know. With that being said, it's like, I have to trust that my significant other is going to protect the union, because that's all I can do. It's a trusting thing. I can only trust it. But what we do have, and what we're adding in this new episode, is we are going to close friends and confidants and asking them what they think about this. So we're going to show you what the opinion is, and then we'll get back to you.
Hi. Is it okay, opposite sex, traveling together? Yes. I believe everything's a yes, unless there's some preconditions where it should be a no. I don't believe in automatically distrusting someone just because they're the opposite sex. That's silly. They could be going on a business trip. They could be going on a trip to collab on something. They could be going on a trip to help me. They could be going on a trip because they're best friends. So, yeah, it's okay. Have fun.
I'm going to start by saying that this question is already problematic because it is implying heteronormative couples. Generally speaking, you would say that if you were in a non-heteronormative couple, that the gender or the sexuality of your friends really doesn't matter. I've been on plenty of vacations with friends of the opposite sex, and there's never been a question of attraction or intimacy in a sexual context between us or a potentially ever happening. If you want the straightforward answer of, if I have a boyfriend, can I go on vacation with other guys? Yeah, you can. If you don't trust me, then we got another problem, boo. And then why would you trust me to like go to the grocery store by myself or hang out with my friends? I could do it. If I'm going to be sneaky, I'm going to be sneaky wherever the hell I'm at. Doesn't matter if I'm on vacation or not. Also, why weren't you able to come on vacation with me, huh? A whole lot of problems in this hypothetical relationship.
Honestly, that's a good question. And without any additional details, the answer has to be, yeah. What's the reason? Why wouldn't it be okay?
Shit, not in the monogamous world. Nah, that's not acceptable.
No.
I would say it depends.
It's a wrap.
I guess no.
Depends on what.
Because I have gay friends, you know, and I've been on plenty of trips with my gay friends in the past, you know. He calls me wifey. He's gay, and we've been on a trip before, you know. So, I mean, but for you, no. If you tell me your lesbian friend wants to go on a couple of days with you, I'm hell's to no. Girls are never truly gay. They're like, bye.
Gotta have a wingman, you know what I mean? Or wingwoman.
So I'm just gonna say no.
Nah, you ain't going nowhere without me.
Exactly. And we're done.
My gut reaction here is to say no. It's different for everybody. I don't know your business. And there's a lot to be said for trusting your boyfriend or girlfriend to be respectful of the relationship, letting them make their own decisions, whatever. But for my relationship personally, I can't think of a single scenario where it's not some kind of boys trip and we're girls included and he wouldn't want to include me. That would be kind of a red flag. So for me personally, it's a no.
Listen, so there are dudes out there that actually enjoy having their women get pounded out by other men. These dudes are called cucks. I am not a cuck. So when you ask if I would be okay with my girl going on vacation with a male, hell no. What am I gonna do? Sit around watching Seinfeld and eating halal food while my girl is in the Bahamas getting her back broken out by her quote unquote male friend?
Hell no, that is definitely not okay with me. I'm usually not the controlling type, but that would probably be the first and last vacation.
No, you cannot go on vacation with the opposite sex. You're asking for all types of problems. You might as well just sign your death wish now. No, don't do it. Reconsider.
I just feel like there isn't really a situation where someone with a partner would want to travel with someone else of the opposite sex who is just a friend. Otherwise, there seems to be another kind of intention there. Because I personally wouldn't, if I were to travel with someone, it would be either my partner, a group of friends, including my partner, my family, including my partner, my brother. But at the end of the day, if there's someone else that I would want to travel with, it would be more of a situation with a group of people. Now, not unless there's an established relationship that you and your partner are aware of, with this person that you're traveling with, then I guess there's a pass there. But again, I don't know what situation or circumstance it would be. Every situation is different. And I guess at the end of the day, all that matters is as long as you trust your partner and your partner trusts you, essentially. And of course, my answer doesn't relate to anyone who's in a gay relationship. Obviously, the advice or my perspective is the same in that situation.
All right. And that was fun. There was a whole lot of different perspectives on this, and I ran the full gamut of just like, or the spectrum of people's opinions, and I think it's interesting. I think we have come to the point where we don't have a clear decision on this one. But I think it really depends. Like, you know, the highlight is really depends on your relationship and how you feel about it.
Because I think that the keep it real, like, if I was in that situation, I probably would find a way for my girl to go. Whether I have to, you know, throw some I was gonna say some ones, but I don't think that's gonna be enough money to throw. But I'll put some money down to be like, hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll roll, but you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna pay to make sure my chick can go too. And then figure out logistics with her, even if she has to like just meet me out there. Because you know the plane situation might be a little bit different, especially if the person dropped out. But I probably would figure out a way for her to go. But I guess I would feel some type of way if she did say, "Hey, you can't go."
Right.
You know, so I think it is a trust thing that you have to be able to trust the person.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if she asks me, I would say no. I ain't shit.
After I love that you gave such like a clear diplomatic response, and he's like, if she asked, I'd say no. I was like,
No,
what
she
happened
can't
to all?
go. No, sorry.
What happened to all of that we were just talking about? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we just really need to make it needs to be clear, everybody, what you're gonna your personal opinion on what the nature of your relationship. I can't speak to, but for me, I think I'll be I gotta trust that she's not gonna do some crazy stuff, but
right,
that's all you can do. But moving
you
on,
gotta trust the guy's not gonna do some crazy stuff either, though.
Here's the thing: anytime you date somebody, guys are gonna try it like that. I'm sorry, and last thing on this is like I feel like it's inevitable. If you date somebody who is attractive, somebody's gonna try it.
Okay.
And honestly, it's nothing but flattery to me, because you think you want to sit where I'm sitting, and that's not how that works. That's just how I look at it. So that's my opinion.
Okay.
But moving along, don't want to get too lost in that. We still got like 2 other questions to go. so hit us with the second question there, MVP.
Okay, so this one I think is going to be kind of fun because it's interesting. So the question is, would you rather relive the same day for a whole year? That's 365 days, right?
Yep.
Whole year. Or lose a year of your life?
That is an interesting one. Now the question is, I need some clarification before I answer. But the question is that year 2020? Because that makes clear. This is an easy answer for me if that's the case. But no, go ahead.
So if the year was 2020, just go ahead and just throw that.
I don't
bowling. Like throw that thing in the trash. But let's say to make it a tough question. It's a good year, but it's a good day.
That's a tough one, man. I personally feel like repeating the same day after watching Groundhog Day is infuriating, and I don't know if I could do that. Because there's a couple of things too. Do you know that you're gonna repeat the day every day? Okay. And at a certain point, do you can you make decisions based on what you did yesterday? Do you remember what happened yesterday? Or are you just repeating the same day mindlessly? There's so many questions I would want to answer, but if somebody had to put a gun to my head and say, you answer this right now, I would literally probably just say lose a year. Because it just repeating the same day feels like you're losing a year anyway.
So the first thing that came to mind was what if they pointed that gun to you every day, that same day over and over again? But you said lose a year, so I can't say that to you in particular.
Yeah.
But I would first I'm gonna answer the question and then we can dive a little bit into the scenarios. So I would say I would relive the same day every day.
Really?
Here's why I say it.
Okay.
Because of all the things I've watched, Groundhog Day, Star Trek, because they do it in Star Trek too. The person, this always gets I believe the term is deja vu type of feeling. So I feel like me being such a self-aware guy.
Okay.
I'm just coming up with anything I can come out with. Self-awareness is how I'm going to get through it, right? So I'm going to eventually after living that day, and I'm going to sense all right, I need to do something different here. I'm living something's happening over and over again. And in my mind, I'm going to be able to, well, especially if it's a good day too. But if it's a good day, it's like I probably don't have to do anything. I could just keep reliving it, right? Like it's a good day. But if you don't know that you're reliving it, I don't think you can get bored either, because you don't know.
Well, that's the thing. If it's a good day, for example, rainy days don't suck as much if there's no sunny day. If it rained every day, then your rain is your norm. That is your baseline. And then that it doesn't really suck anymore that much, right?
Right.
The way I think about it, you just don't. It doesn't suck anymore. I feel like if you're going to say that, well, you'll try to make or build on what you said the day before, it really determined on the fact that you know what's happening. That somehow it doesn't happen where, like, you go to sleep and you wake up and it's the exact same day. Nothing, no history past. You're literally in a loop, because that once you go down that road, it gets kind of weird, man. It's like, what do you do?
I would love to, like, be in a scenario where I kind of, like, happen to remember everything people say, because then I would just be fucking with people all day.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun. But
I would be like, yeah, you know what I mean? That would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that's one positive light to it. But, like, if you don't remember and nobody else remembers, and you're just living the same day over and over again.
But losing a life, like a year of existence, to willingly be like, here, take that. Well, I mean, people do it every day, drinking and smoking.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I
don't know. I look at it like, we don't. It depends on how you look at it. Are you losing this year now, or are you using a year at the end of your life? Because if it's a year at the end of your life, I'm gonna be like, I'll take the day. But if it's like I'm just losing this year right now, I don't know. But as we did with the last segment, we also got opinions of a bunch of other people. So let's hear it. We're gonna run it right now.
If that day was full of complete bliss, yeah, I'll take that day for 365.
My first inclination would be to say reliving a day, because I would probably just pick, like, the best day ever, like winning the lottery, and just, like, win the lottery over and over. But even that would get old. So I guess I'll have to say losing a year. I've already lost 1 year due to 2020, so what's one more?
I'd rather lose a whole year. Fuck it, make it like 2 years. I don't give a shit. Wake me up in goddamn 2023.
So I see that as being a question that is one and the same, because if you really think about it, to relive the same day over and over and over again for a year is the same as losing an entire year of your life. Unless for some reason that day were to be some really productive day where you accomplish something that has been so mind-blowing that it's going to be able to affect you in years to come. So with that being said, I'd rather just lose an entire year of my life than to sit there Groundhog Day style, just reliving the same day over and over and over again. That actually sounds like something that would lead to me putting a gun to my head. But then again, I couldn't even do that because I'm reliving the same day. So yeah, I'll just lose the entire year up front.
This is a good one. Would I rather relive the same day over and over for 365 days, or lose 365 days worth of life? I'm gonna go with relive the same day every day, because how I see it, I can make every day very different. I can literally have 365 very unique days, although they're the same day. I can make it different. I can add something different to it. I can do something different with the day. At least that's how I think. I don't want to lose life.
It depends on what day I would be repeating, but I would probably say I'd rather repeat the same day of my life rather than lose a whole year of my life.
Hands down, I'd rather lose a year of my life. It doesn't make sense to live the same day over and over again for a year. You're wasting a year of your life regardless either way. It would just be really, really boring, and I feel like you'd lose your mind reliving the same day over and over again, even if it was the best day of your life. you would get bored with that.
It's a trick question.
That's a lot. I'm like, I don't know.
Trick question. You lose a year, and if you relive that same day for a year, you basically losing.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
So you might as well just lose a year.
I mean, who wants to really live
instead of go crazy and have a Groundhog's Day.
Girl. But then I'd be doing so many things. I'd be doing everything. I mean, reliving. You can do different things, right? I don't know.
You could kill.
It'd be the worst day of your life.
That is very true.
So yeah,
Yeah, what if it picks a bad day?
Just take the year, right?
What? I definitely don't want to relive the same day because I feel like it takes the whole purpose out of life, right? We're here to experience stuff. If we're just experiencing the same thing, is that really life?
Okay, from what I saw watching Groundhog Day, it looks like hell to relive the same day over and over again. And you also kind of waste a year anyways, because you can only learn so much from the exact same day over and over and over again, and then you're just torturing yourself. So without much additional context, I would just have to say losing a year of my life. Hopefully it's not a fun one.
Wow, yeah. So it's crazy because it's definitely a quite a few different like perspectives. Like no one actually like I can't say that everyone feels the same way. You know what I'm saying? And even with us, like there's our conversations that we're having about it. Like I can't really put a pin in and say this is what it is. But I definitely think you guys should follow us at Jux Show and leave some comments or your perspective on this particular question because it's so up in the air that we're definitely curious, right? Like of what y'all think, and definitely visit We and Now. I don't know why.
Shameless plug.
and go there and leave some likes or tell your friends. But anyway, we're gonna move on, right? So,
final question for the day.
And so
talk us through what you were thinking about when you suggested.
All right. Thank you for the invite. Okay,
no problem. That's what I do.
So I was having a conversation. Well, actually, I think you were part of the conversation too with one of our mini group chats, and the way it came to me, it was like I'm wondering if this person is doing this to kind of manipulate the situation, I guess, like or try to manipulate someone's feelings into feeling a certain type of way. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, I'm like, and this is the question, right? The question is, in a relationship, what does being yourself mean to you, right? And the reason why I said that is because there's many parts to it, right? But one part is I feel like some people put on, for lack of a better term, put on a face, right? When they're in that beginning stages of a relationship. And they don't want that person to see their flaws, right? And one thing I think that's like an issue with that is, and this is in the words of K Styles, you got to keep the same energy. So say if this relationship lasts for 4, 5, 6 years, you got to keep this same face on at all times. I think it would be easier and more beneficial to the relationship in general if you be yourself. And I think with that comes the ability, I guess this will be the key word for the day, be self-aware. MVP's keyword of the day. Be self-aware of what that means to you. And I think that's why that's such a great question, because being yourself means different. It's different to everyone. So you have to really understand yourself first.
Preach.
I'm putting out too many gems. I'm putting down too many gems.
I was
go ahead, K-Style. Go ahead, K-Style.
No.
Go back and forth.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's one of the major problems with people is that they're not self-aware. They're not aware of how they exist in the world. A lot of it is putting on faces. Now, there is a part of the human experience where we want to fit in. So we're gonna do what is necessary to fit in. Nobody, it's cool to be the odd guy out, but generally people want to fit in. Like that's just biologically that's how we're programmed. So, what happens in relationships is you want to be chosen. If you're the woman, you want to be chosen. If you're the man, you want to be chosen as well. You want to be the one that's, accepting of that. So a lot of times, you change who you are to be a reflection of what the person wants. That only lasts for so long. So like as you're saying, if it does work out, at some point you're gonna let your guard down, and that's why people talk about the honeymoon phase. Because generally, during the honeymoon phase, everything is peachy. It's roses and everything's perfect. And then the minute the honeymoon phase is over, then, it's done. I mean, celebrities have a shorter honeymoon phase than everybody else. No shade or anything. But they tend to go through it really fast. But, at the same time, it's like it's really important to be yourself. And I mean, as going back to the other, the other section that we were just talking about, it's like, one of our good friends, Mr. Sluncheon, said the whole thing about this world is to be able to experience and be true to what's going on. So why would you fake that? But before we get too deep into this, let's see what the street says. And we call them the streets because we're not saying their names individually.
Right, it's too much.
It's another good question. Being yourself is important, whether you're in a relationship or not. And in a relationship, I think it means that you don't do things just to please somebody else. You don't do things for any other reason than that's what you want to do. You can't have someone bending you around, trying to remake your life, make you a different person. You just got to be genuine. And if both of you can't be genuine, then that relationship shouldn't happen.
Being able to admit that I spent a large portion of my preteen years on MuggleNet.com. I was that dork. In all seriousness, though, for me, it just means being able to not have to hide any parts of yourself, like being a Harry Potter dork and going to midnight premieres and all that kind of thing, and just knowing that person is going to accept you for you.
Obviously, in a relationship, you have to mend and come as one and, blend your ideas together. But being yourself means just being who you are. Don't change. Obviously, you have to conform a little bit, but don't change who you are. And you basically live by the means you did before.
Okay, I feel like I could get really philosophical with this one, but to me, being who you are is knowing from the jump and staying true to what your core values, what really makes you you. I think the bigger things like what you want out of life, what makes you happy, what are your long-term goals, and sticking with those and not being with someone who makes you question those or sacrifice where it really counts. Ideally, you're with someone who makes you think a little bit, who maybe challenges some of the things that you thought were important to you but really aren't. But at the end of the day, if it's part of your core, they empower you and you're able to really be you and stick to that.
First of all, this question is, but it means just being who you authentically are, who you can be the same person when you're around your friends. You can be your goofy self. You can be your introspective self. You can be your motivated self. It just means you're being you, whatever that fucking means. If you have to be a different person in your relationship, then that relationship's not going to last. End of story.
So in a relationship, being myself means that the person that I am inside of that relationship is reflective of the person that I am outside of that relationship. For instance, if I'm hanging out with my friends, sometimes I get stupid, I act a fool, I tell really tasteless jokes, I get stupid. If that person that I am in front of my friends is the same person that I am inside of my relationship, then I can say I'm being true to myself. But if I have to curtail my behavior or change the things I like or put a certain facade on in order to be in that relationship, then to me, that is not being yourself. So basically, the person that you are outside of the relationship, among your friends, co-workers, when you're by yourself, if that person is reflective of the person inside of the relationship, then that to me means that you're being yourself. That's what being yourself means. Just being authentic to who you are 24/7, regardless of the audience.
Another great question. What does being yourself mean to you when you're in a relationship? It means that there's a part of you that knows who you are, knows what you like, what you don't like. It's very difficult to be yourself if you don't know what that is. That might sound a little crazy, but a lot of people don't know who they are. So if you don't know who you are, it'll be very difficult for you to be yourself. But if you have connected to and found some self-love and have realized your purpose and what really makes you tick, no one, even your wife, your child, your mother, no one should be able to remove you from that self-love, that self-identity, no matter what. So to me, it just means standing up for who you are. And that goes to who you believe you are based on what you know of your own evolution here. Because the only person that can give you the full value of yourself is your damn self. Even if you have a partner, it's very easy to lose yourself with a partner. So definitely, I love this question because a lot of us are in relationships and we lose ourselves very easily trying to cater to the love of someone else. But the first love you need to cater to is yourself. Peace.
Being yourself in a relationship, at least to me, is what it is. Essentially, every bit of myself that I can be, the most embarrassing parts, the ugliest parts that I see in myself, I can still be that person around my partner and be myself completely, and he accept me for who I am. That's what it should be like. And I feel like it's really, really hard to come by, but when you achieve that, it feels almost like it's meant to be. Like, it's really rare to come by someone who will accept you for every part of you, every being. You can say that all you want, but if you clash in times where it's very apparent that the person can't deal with it, even though they try their best, then it's very clear that you can't be yourself around that person. But when you really find that, it's really special. And honestly, it's what makes a relationship. Because if you have to hide parts of yourself with your partner, then why are you really with them if there's someone out there that can accept you for every bit of that? It's more enjoyable and it's much easier when you can be yourself with somebody.
Good question.
I mean, he's like silly and goofy. And I don't know, just, not having to
act a certain way just because your relationship partner doesn't necessarily like it, or or if it bothers them or something. I mean, you gotta love one another for what it's worth.
Yeah. He farts, I fart.
Wait, what? She nasty.
And he accepts all of it. You gotta, it's like being you, just not having to hide who you are and the things that you do, what you like, and just, if you're a goofball, you're a goofball. And just being you. You don't want to have to change just because they look at you and they're like, okay, maybe you're not the one.
You may not want to say some things just because,
Yeah, that's just boring.
For me, in a relationship, being yourself means, being able to be, still free to think how you want, do what you want, in a sense, not talking about not blatantly disrespectful shit, but I'm saying you just free to be who you are. Whatever started everything off, whatever sparked everything off, those qualities, that personality, who you were, get better from there. That's what I mean by that. Being yourself. Motherfuckers want you to change, like start altering, taking stuff away to make what you want out of a person. That's not it. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. Being yourself is you being able to say and think how you want. You know what I'm saying? Your God-given right to just be you, do what you love doing, and continue to do that throughout your entire life. And just grow. Be yourself, not being no one else. That's what that means. To me, that's what that means in a relationship. Not I gotta be something else to satisfy somebody else's, image of what they want.
I mean, you heard some really, really, really good points in this one. I definitely think compromise is one thing you have to keep in mind, but you should never compromise yourself to the point that you lose your core values, like we just heard, the last person say. It's like, your core values should be important, but also this brings up another light that a lot of people might not have figured it out by the time they get to the relationship. So that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I feel like you really need to spend the time to learn who you are and be who you are. I mean, some of that doesn't happen right away. It's like, I feel like me at the age I'm at now, I'm just coming into the prime of understanding who I am. And that's how I'm able to keep the same energy, because I'm not changing to please somebody. Like, you do things to make sure that your significant other is happy and taken care of. And, you don't want to be mean to them if you're, if you are direct. You want to soften the blow sometimes. But at the same time, whoever is my significant other needs to understand that, like, I'm going to be direct. I'm going to be this. And, it's the same way I'm going to accept whatever things that they have. So, there's a lot. What are your thoughts on this one, man?
Yeah, so I think it definitely is important to be yourself, like, as quickly as possible, yo. Like, and this is what I wanted to like add to it, because they always say the first impression, put your best foot forward.
Best foot forward.
So I think there is a limit when you're like first meeting someone in this, like, say if you're at a bar, right? And you're naturally a jerk. Maybe you're a funny jerk. Mm-hmm. But are you going to come off as a jerk when you first meet someone?
It works sometimes. But then, see, and that's
yeah. See, this is where we kind of like unpack it a little bit more as far as being yourself. But we are talking about relationships. But I do think that you have to be aware of like a balance, though. Like if like if you're an asshole, like, don't just be like, I'm being myself, I'm an asshole. You know what I mean? I had one person tell me like they're not good at keeping contact with people. It's nothing personal, but I'm just not good at keeping in contact with people, right? And I'm like, so you're being yourself by not keeping in contact with people. But in a relationship, you can't be that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. like, and this could be even friendships too. Like, we're not just talking about like what do you call it? A romantic relationship. Yeah, it could be a friendship, and it's like, yo, I'm usually a very secluded, don't really talk to people type of person. If that person is like that, that's yourself. But if you're gonna keep a friendship and relationship, you do have to have a balance. Yeah. So that's the only caveat I wanted to put in there. It's like, yes, be yourself, but don't be an asshole.
And that's the thing. It's like, you have to be, if you can be yourself and be the person who doesn't communicate with people, but then know at some point in your life, you're going to wish that you were. At some point in your life, you're probably going to wish that you were a little bit better at communicating. And then you have the decision to change that, right? But one of the other things, too, I feel like people need to be aware is that who you are is going to change as you learn and as you interact with other people. And that's a key thing, because I remember I was one way about things, and then somebody opened my eyes to it, and then I'm like, well, when you put it that way, it makes sense. Now I have to change the way so we're constantly building and constantly changing who we are. The one constant in life is change. And, well, I guess it's two constants, because death is also there. But that's still, a form of change, because you were alive and now you're dead. But we're not going to get philosophical on that one. All right. But like, you're going to learn, you're going to change. And I think that the people who die way before they actually close their eyes are the people who never accept that things are changing around them and look and see how they're changing and how does it affect me. A lot of people get stuck in their ways, and especially as you get older. Well, I've been doing this for so many years. It's like, yeah, but has it been working out for you? And is it the same? Are we living in the same world that we were before? And we could that covers a whole breadth of different things. But you got to stay tuned for when we actually talk about it. Bang bang,
Bang bang.
I had to put a plug in there. But
I love it.
But yeah, man, that's it's being yourself is important. Figuring out who you are is important.
Yeah.
That's
MVP's keyword of the day: self-awareness.
We're gonna start testing people. That's gonna be an Instagram post. What was MVP's word of the day? If you can get it, we're gonna figure out some prizes.
Yeah, man. We gonna learn and grow over here, man.
Yeah,
Jux.
But yeah, I mean, listen, I'm happy to be back. This is a lot of fun. I mean, this is just the first of many, that we're gonna do.
Special guests.
Oh yeah,
got some special guests lined up for y'all.
Don't think this is. Don't call it a comeback. But nah, it's like a rebirth, and I'm very appreciative to like everybody who is even watching this again, because after a year, a lot of times you lose people and they're not interested anymore. So definitely shout out to everybody who took the time. Yeah. Took the time to listen. Even man, if you're a day 2, I still fucks with you, man. Day 5, you're good to go in my book. But nah, seriously, definitely follow Jux Show on Instagram, We and Now network at We and Now. We're gonna put all of these things there you can follow, and it's gonna be in the comments. If you want to have any questions or anything, just email Juxtaposed at We and Now. We'll also put that, I don't know. Wait, I gotta put it between there. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do it myself, but whatever. But definitely reach out. One of the things we definitely want to do in this rebirth is get the conversation going, because what we're trying to do is have it be a safe place to have interesting conversation, even sometimes very challenging conversations, because we're gonna get in the thick of stuff, but we want to open it a little lighter. We didn't want to drop the hammer on the first episode. So we're gonna we definitely want to hear from people. If you like it, if you hate it, let me know. I like to understand, because just going back to our last conversation, if you don't know, let me know that you hate it. I can't change and figure out how to do better. And I'm not saying I'm gonna change just because you hate it, but I'm saying you might have a viewpoint that not. We might even have you on the podcast, because you know what? Interesting conversations are spawned by people with opposing opinions.
Yeah, there you go.
The opinions were fighting in my head to come out my mouth, so I couldn't get it right. But yeah, no, seriously. So yeah, any closing thoughts, MVP?
Well, one thing is, if you guys want to actually be featured, like the video responses, that the new thing we're going to be doing, definitely hop in the DMs and let us know you want to participate, because I think this is a cool new feature to kind of for us to and get more perspectives. I'm super excited to be back, and I hope that you guys are ready to rock.
Yeah. So on that note, it's been fun. We'll see y'all soon. Be nice to each other. I don't know. I need to think.
We got like Joe. Drop a comment below and be like, "Yo, what's the key sign off?" Like,
yeah, we need to. We're gonna be auditioning your sign out suggestions, and because that right there, that wasn't it.
Be nice to each other. I mean, that's cool and all.
It's good. You know what? Be nice to each other, but most importantly, be nice to yourself.
Ooh,
deuces.